Athabasca sandstone was thought to be an important player in the formation of these deposits at Key Lake, Cigar Lake, McArthur River. Basically what we're looking at is the interaction of faults running through these Wollaston-Majatic transition zone rocks, interacting with the sandstone basin, forming large uranium deposits. Now you might say that, well, there's no sandstone here, why would we be exploring down here? And that's why this property hasn't seen a lot of work to date, because people were thinking we need to have the sandstone in place to find a uranium deposit. Well, it's true that the sandstone played a role, but you have to understand that this area has been greatly eroded by glaciation in the past, and I would suggest that was probably 100 to 200 meters of sandstone here, say 1 billion years ago. That makes it quite prospective for the formation and for the discovery of what we consider a basement-hosted Athabasca-style uranium deposit. To the operators to the north of us at Cigar Lake and McArthur River, the Athabasca Basin and the sandstone create a lot of technical difficulties. You have to understand that over those deposits you have 400 to 500 meters of water-saturated sand, which have been intensely faulted and fractured, and a lot of clay alteration. And that clay alteration, the faulting and the fracturing, create a really nice conduit for water to flow through. So consequently, Cigar Lake was found over 30 years ago now, and they're just now bringing it into production after some severe technical issues. McArthur River has also had its problems. So you can see that without that Athabasca sandstone, here at the Key Lake Road project, exploration and mining, should we find a deposit, would be quite a bit simpler. The previous operators of the Key Lake Road project were last down here about 8 or 10 years ago. And what they had done was started out with a preliminary reconnaissance prospecting program in conjunction with a airborne geophysical program to try to map out the rocks and see if they could identify any uranium on surface prior to drilling. So they identified some nice targets in the airborne geophysics, and the prospecting corroborated that with some grades up to 6-7% from grab samples on the property. And the predecessors continued their work with a few drill holes. I think they drilled 8 or 10 holes down here. With the turn of 2008, financial crisis, and then followed up by the Fukushima disaster, they never returned. So it was a good opportunity for our group to pick up this property and begin to explore it. After we've incorporated the geophysics and the groundwork as well as the old drilling, we'll go ahead and drill some new targets. These targets are generally chosen on what we call structural attributes. Things like intersecting faults, changes in lithology, different lithology is a rock type, by the way. Different interplays between these lithologies and those structures. And from there we'll just keep building blocks together and keep exploring. It's like building a jigsaw puzzle, but eventually it's can be quite satisfying.